sinabi ng prosecution na sana tignan yung ebidensya, pakinggan mga witnesses. So kahit gawin to ni Senator Marcoleta at kahit gawin to ni Senator Jinggoy, and of course this is my personal opinion that may politika sa pagpapakulong sa kanila.
Just to set the record straight, the respondent has not received any copy of the request for subpoena being mentioned today, Your Honor.
Itong panawagan ni Senator Alan Peter Cayetano na itong si Senator Marcoleta at si Senator Estrada ay dapat makalahok sa impeachment trial. At ito po'y sinang-ayunan ni Raffy Tulfo. Okay? Mainit po ang diskusyon, no? At atin pong papanoorin po itong buong video na ito patungkol po dito sa usapin ni Marcoleta at ni Jinggoy Estrada. At heto pa, grabe ito. Itong BIR box hindi tinanggap bilang ebidensya. Na iiyak si Luistro dito, iiyak si Dilima dito. Hindi tinanggap bilang ebidensya. Ibinalik ng impeachment court sa BIR. Ibinalik sa BIR. Na ano na kang ngayon, Luistro, balik ka na lang, umiyak ka muna. Ha? Dilima at Luistro. Sumayaw na lang muna kayo. Okay? Yun po ang pag-uusapan natin, pero bago ang lahat, paki-like, paki-share itong video natin para kakalat ito sa taong bayan. At sa mga hindi pa nakasubscribe, mag-subscribe na po kayo kasi libre lang po ang mag-subscribe dito sa ating YouTube. Ha? At dahil nakasubscribe kayo, ma-update kayo sa mga breaking news at sa especially dito sa usaping impeachment trial ni VP Sara. Okay? Ito po, panoorin natin itong unang bahagi ng ating topic. Senator Marcoleta at Senator Estrada, dapat silang makalahok sa impeachment trial. Yan po ang panawagan ni Senator Alan Peter Cayetano. Ito panoorin natin.
In the records, Chair would like to apologize to Senator Cayetano who has been waiting for quite some time. Thank you for your patience and indulgence. Senator Cayetano is recognized. What is your pleasure,
Presiding Senator Judge. Since we already stated as a court that we will take literally Section 3 subparagraph 6 of Article 11 of the 1987 Constitution that no person shall be convicted without the concurrence.
Ito nandyan na sina Attorney Sheila at nandyan na yung mga prosecutors at mga defense team dyan. Ito po yung day 1 ng ating impeachment trial ni VP Sara.
Of 2/3 of all members of the Senate. May I ask the members of this court through the presiding justice to consider, not today, I have a proposal, but not today, but to consider communication with the Sandigan Bayan for the attendance of Senator Dante Marcoleta and Senator Jinggoy Estrada.
Yan.
Considering that the presiding officer may correct me if I'm wrong, but if we get to
may karapatan naman talaga silang dalawa.
Section 21, as discussed a while ago by the defense, the prosecution and defense, and we do not know what will happen. Their case may be dismissed. They can be out on bail. So we want them to be able to participate and observe the witnesses as senator judges here. I do know that Senator Jinggoy is under suspension, but there's an argument to be made that the impeachment court is sui generis. In ordinary committee hearings, we do coordinate with courts to ask that persons under their custody be delivered to the Senate or the House of Representatives under certain conditions. So I'd like to formally ask, Mr. President, that this court consider that. I will submit whether you'd rather have a caucus or a in-camera discussion, or if you want us all to submit our legal opinion. I wouldn't also mind the prosecution and defense weighing in, but considering that if they do not attend and they are here, sorry, Mr. President, considering that if they do not attend at all and cannot vote, their vote will be equal to a acquittal. And as we said from the start, we want a fair and we want justice, we want a fair impeachment trial. Sinabi ng prosecution na sana tignan yung ebidensya, pakinggan mga witnesses. So kahit gawin to ni Senator Marcoleta at kahit gawin to ni Senator Jinggoy, and of course this is my personal opinion that may politika sa pagpapakulong sa kanila. That's my personal
At yan rin ang pananaw ng taong bayan, yung pananaw mo, Senator Cayetano.
view. Allowing them to attend here might add to the integrity of the proceeding and actually make things easier when the time comes to render a verdict. So may I submit that to the court and to our colleagues for discussion at the proper time, Mr. President.
The chair notes the comments and request of Senator Judge Cayetano and will consult the senator judges regarding this matter and shall coordinate with his office with respect to his requests pertaining to Senators Jinggoy Estrada and Senator Marcoleta, including whether or not we will enlist the comment on and position of the parties to this case. So ordered. Senator Tulfo, what is the pleasure of Senator Judge Tulfo?
Yan, ito si Senator Tulfo, parang sumang-ayon siya kay Senator Alan Peter Cayetano.
Rafi?
Mr. Presiding Officer, as far as I'm concerned, I would allow siguro mag-monitor yung mga si Senator Jinggoy, Senator Marcoleta. They will be allowed na kahit man lang yung sa TV monitor. Para sa akin, I do agree with what Senator Alan Peter Cayetano was suggesting. Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
The point of Senator Judge Rafi Tulfo is well taken by the chair. Any others? If there are none, Presiding Officer would now like to deal with an administrative matter before we adjourn for this afternoon. On the matter of providing public access to case records, yes, Senator Judge Marcos, what is your pleasure, ma'am?
Yes, Presiding Officer, may I request an update? As I recall, during the pretrial conference, there was disagreement on how to go about the markings on the various documents, and among the thousands of pages that we have received in evidence for the trial, it apparently was resolved that the counsels would place their initials on the evidence. Is that correct? Is that still what stands today? And each party would take their respective evidence or files and present the same during the trial to guarantee that the same evidence would be presented. Is that correct?
That is correct, with the exception of some, I think, documents that where the original was not presented, which is being corrected, I think, by the parties as we speak.
Are we in fact in receipt as judges of all these thousands of pages? Dahil ako, simple lang hinahanap ko yung affidavit of investigation, yung dalawang NBI na unang testigo na sana haharap ngayon, nakita ko sa libu-libong pahina na sinubmit, mali-mali ang pagka-annex ng AOI, hindi ko talaga mahanap. Tapos, ang sabi doon, Annex G. Pero nung kinalkal ko yung Annex G, hindi naman affidavit yun, kundi disbursement voucher or something like that. Kaya, hindi ko alam kung nag-provide ba talaga ang clerk ng Senate ng records as marked during pre-trial at kung pinal na talaga ito at pag-aaralan natin.
At this point in time, Your Honor, documentary evidence as of yet has not been formally offered and therefore has not been turned over to the court. Neither is it as of yet been identified by a witness to authenticate the same and to be allowed admission into the records of this court. That time will come once the prosecution presents their witness and identifies the piece of evidence. That will be the proper time, perhaps, that the good Senator Judge can ask for a copy because the lady might want to ask questions of the witness should that time come for the witness to testify as to the document marked previously erroneously or rightfully by either party.
Yes, precisely. Thank you very much, Presiding Officer. We wish to prepare for the three first witnesses, and we're unable to access any of their affidavits or other documents. Thank you.
Duly noted and entered the records. What is the pleasure of Senator Judge Padilla?
Ginoong tagapamahalang hukom, gusto ko lamang pong sundan yung sinabi ni Senator Judge Alan Peter Cayetano at magpasalamat po kay Senator Judge Raffy Tulfo. Gusto ko lamang pong linawin na ang hinihingi po namin kung hindi man makapag-participate dahil sinasabi nga po ay ipinagbabawal silang makapag-participate at bumoto si Senator Jinggoy Estrada at Senator Judge Marcoleta. Ang hinihingi po namin ay makapunta po sila dito bilang observer. Hindi lang po basta monitor. Yun lamang po. Maraming salamat.
Noted, at the proper time we shall discuss this matter and settle it as a court or in caucus. There being no other Senator Judge who wishes to make a manifestation, comment, and or motion, Chair would now like to dispose of an administrative matter. Consistent with Article 2, Section 28 of the Constitution on the policy of public disclosure in matters involving public interest and to give life to the directive under the rules to open the impeachment proceedings to the public.
Yan. Sinabotahe tayo. Forward. Yan, forward.
This note, firstly, we'd like to second and congratulate this move of the impeachment court to make all of the evidence available to the public. May we know in how many days will the clerk of court make this evidence available to the public, Mr. President?
They've started, but they have not completed it yet. As Senator Judge Marco said, the documents are voluminous. I think it covers until 9Q, if I'm not mistaken, initially, when it was marked. About more than 10,000 documents.
Mr. President, of course, in the same way, if this is made available to the public 6 months from now or 1 year from now, that defeats the purpose of having this made public.
No, that will not happen.
Yes, may we get a commitment from the clerk of court as to the delay by which presented evidence is made public, Mr. President?
No. Let me clarify, Your Honor. I believe the articles of impeachment as well as its annexes have been uploaded. The answer as well as its annexes have been uploaded. And most of the exhibits that were marked, not all, are annexes of either the impeachment complaint and or the answer. Can the chair give you an update before the week is over as to a realistic timetable to upload in real time already? Again, except for the journal, which we need to approve. So we cannot upload the Wednesday transcript or journal until we meet again on Monday and approve the journal of Wednesday. So that would be the only delay, if at all, in uploading it. That should be the only delay.
So if I take it correctly, Mr. President, the clerk of court will endeavor to upload all of the presented evidence in real time at the soonest possible time, except for the journal, which needs approval of the body.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator Judge Cayetano Alan.
Presiding Senator Judge, just a clarification. No? So no problem with complete transparency with any public records. But when we talk about evidence, precisely that's why we want a fair trial, due process. There's a process wherein the prosecution shall present evidence, then they will offer it. And then if there's a question as to the relevance or if it is prohibited, for example, if a evidence presented is a fruit of the poisonous tree, will we upload that? We haven't decided yet here whether we will accept it as evidence or not. So let me tell you first which ones personally I don't have a problem with. Don't have a problem with the public records in general being completely transparent. I have no problem with Senator Judge's given time to review everything, and I assume we're all trained to consider only the evidence that is later on admitted, offered and admitted. So my problem is that, for example, no, if someone offers now, between now and the trial, wiretapped recordings, do we upload that when we have not made a ruling yet on that? So I just want to be clarified on that.
The chair will clarify. As the chair said earlier, only the pleadings, motions, and memoranda filed by the parties, and insofar as the exhibits marked are concerned, only those attached as annexes to either the articles of impeachment and or the answer to the impeachment complaint. Insofar as documentary evidence is concerned, it will only be admitted, and if at all admitted by the court, and published once formal offer has been made. Until such time, we will not publish any documentary evidence even after being identified by a witness, because it is the formal offer that will determine its admission by the court after the
Same
party
thing,
rests.
just to clarify, same with if we do issue a subpoena, duces tecum.
The subject matter of the subpoena will not be published, but the motion for the issuance of a subpoena
Thank you.
will.
Thank you for that clarification.
Thank you, Your Honor. Senator Judge Erwin Tulfo is recognized. What is your pleasure, sir?
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Just want to be clarified. I need a clarification, Mr. Presiding Officer, with regards to
Hindi mo naintindihan?
these anti-money laundering council documents or pieces of evidence that will be submitted here. Will it be okay if we tackle this in public, or shall we tackle evidence from the block during an executive session? I believe this is under the bank secrecy law, or we can tackle it because this is an impeachment court, Mr. Presiding Officer.
What we will debate upon, if at all, on the scheduled date to be set by the chair is a debate on whether or not to issue the subpoena duces tecum ad testificandum in relation to AMLC records, not the actual records yet. Once it is granted by the court and is issued, it will have to be presented by the parties. We cannot tackle and discuss it in executive session, because anything and everything discussed in executive session cannot be revealed into the public and used by this court. Secondly, it can only be, if at all, revealed by a unanimous vote or consent by all the senator judges, which effectively hog ties that piece of evidence if we discuss and talk about it only in executive session. Whether or not it is to be made public, whether or not it can be legally obtained, will be decided by this court after hearing the oral arguments of the parties.
Thank you for that clarification, Mr. Presiding Officer.
What is the pleasure of Senator Judge Villanueva?
Yes, Mr. President. Considering that we have been tackling and asking of pieces of evidence, I think there's a lot of questions with regard to the mahiwagang BIR box, Mr. President. Yung clarification lang po, where is it now, and when are we going to transfer it to the Bureau of Internal Revenue?
It is with the Clerk of Court in the Office of the Secretary General as instructed by the Chair. It should be sent back to the BIR by tomorrow morning. In the condition...
Ayan patungkol po ito sa BIR box na hindi tinanggap bilang ebidensya. Ibinalik ng impeachment court. Ito, panoorin natin ito yung continuation sa yun yung natapos na yun pero ito yung nangyari doon sa BIR box.
Insofar as the BIR box is concerned, what is the pleasure of? Insofar as the BIR box is concerned, this box was turned over to the Senate as part of the documents, including the articles of impeachment. However, The court is not yet in custodia lehis of this box, given that there is no lawful order issued by the court for this box to be turned over to the Senate. More so that it is not yet offered in evidence, not even as of yet marked. The chair therefore orders that the BIR box, closed, sealed, and as it is received, be sent back to the BIR or the Bureau of Internal Revenue.
Ayan, isent back na. Luistro, Dilima, ano na ngayon? Kayo yung gustong mabuksan ito. Hindi naman kagustuhan yan ng defense team. Okay? Sumusunod lang talaga sila dito, itong mga senator judges. Kung talagang buksan ba ito o hindi, paano yan? Ibinabalik na sa BIR. Bye-bye!
Without prejudice to any action that the court may take, if a motion will be filed by either party for the issuance of a subpoena, and we shall await action, if any, by the BIR Commissioner should that time come. So ordered. Now, insofar as the subpoena requested by the prosecution for the two NBI agents, may I request the clerk of court to kindly read the motion for the issuance of subpoena ad testificandum.
The prosecution, to the undersigned public prosecutors, respectfully requests the issuance of subpoenas ad testificandum, directing the following witnesses to appear and testify before the Honorable Impeachment Court on July 6, July 7, and July 8, 2026 at 2 p.m. As their testimonies are material, relevant, and necessary to establish the allegations under Article 4 of the Articles of Impeachment, as well as matters necessarily incidental thereto, and for purposes of the identification and authentication of other evidence before the Impeachment Court. Number 1, Attorney Jeremy C. Lotok, Regional Director, National Bureau of Investigation. Number 2,
Ayan, magpapakita si Attorney Sheila dyan mamaya, ha? Tingnan ninyo.
John Mark Kalilong, Senior Agent, National Bureau of Investigation. Respectfully submitted, Quezon City for Pasay City, July 1, 2026.
We are not in receipt of any reservation or objection on the part of the respondent, counsel for respondent rather. However, Chair would like to ask the prosecutors, do you only request for a subpoena ad testificandum or a subpoena duces tecum as well?
If I understand the record, Your Honor, please, it is a subpoena both for ad testificandum and duces tecum.
Wala.
The motion filed
Your
by the
Honor.
prosecutors is only for a subpoena ad testificandum. That's why the chair is clarifying.
Your Honor.
I stand corrected, if Your Honor, please. It's just
Counsel
for ad
Respondent?
testificandum.
Counsel for respondent?
If I may, Your Honor, just to set
Please
the record
proceed.
straight, the presiding officer earlier inquired mentioned that the court is not in receipt of any objection from the respondent. But just to set the record straight, the respondent has not received any copy of the request for subpoena being mentioned today, Your Honor.
Naserve natin, di ba?
Were we able? What we received, Your Honor, was a manifestation containing the list of the witnesses of the prosecution for July 6, 7, and 8, Your Honor. And so it would be impossible for the defense or the respondent to object or to even comment on a request that we were not served with any copy with.
The two witnesses against whom a subpoena has been requested by the prosecution were mentioned in the pre-trial brief of the prosecution and was not commented on by the respondents in their pre-trial brief. But if you do have any objections now, the court would be more than glad, or reservations, the court would be more than glad to hear it before ruling on the motion for the issuance of a subpoena on
That's
these
fine.
two NBI agents.
At this point, Your Honor, that's fine. We'll just place on record our objections as the testimonial evidence is presented.
Duly noted. Chair hereby orders that the subpoena ad testificandum and duces tecum be issued to the aforementioned two NBI agents contained in the motion. Although by nature subpoena is ex parte, we would Chair would instruct the clerk of court to kindly upload all of the filings of all of the parties to the website for the information not only of the senator judges, but also of the parties and their counsels. The chair earlier, counsel for respondent said that witnesses for the succeeding week shall be manifested in open court on the last day of the trial, in this case by Wednesday, insofar as the next week's trial is concerned. So ordered. Now, insofar as the request for subpoena for bank records and AMLC records, Chair recognizes the clerk of court to kindly read and spread into the records the request for the issuance of subpoena, both, I believe, ad testificandum and duces tecum, or just duces tecum, for the aforementioned documents. The clerk of court may proceed.
Request for issuance of subpoena duces tecum. The prosecution respectfully requests the issuance of a subpoena duces tecum to the branch manager of the following banks: BPI Julia Vargas Branch, BPI Green Hills EDSA Branch, Philippine Savings Bank Wilson Branch, BDO Unibank Inc. Davao CM Recto Branch, Metrobank Davao Ecoland Branch, BDO Unibank Davao Rizal Branch, Security Bank Bicutan Branch, Land Bank San Pedro Branch, Philippine Savings Bank Davao MADR Branch, requiring him or her or his or her authorized representative to submit to the clerk of the impeachment court on or before 24 June 2026 at 9 a.m. the certified true copies of all records, documents, books, papers, electronic data, communications, and information in the possession, custody, or control of the bank relating to any account, deposit, investment, trust, loan, safety deposit, or other financial transactions maintained, opened, closed, controlled, beneficially owned, or jointly held by Sara Z. Duterte and or Manasseh R. Carpio, whether individually, jointly with each other, jointly with any other person, or through any authorized representative, nominee, attorney-in-fact, or signatory for the period January 1, 2007 to December 31, 2025, including but not limited to: number 1, records identifying account numbers, account types, know your customer documents such as but not limited to customer information forms and signature cards; number 2, monthly bank statements, average daily balances per calendar year, year-end balances from January 1, 2007 to December 31, 2025. Number 3, all account and transaction records, ledgers, and journals and similar instruments from January 1, 2007 to December 31, 2025. And number 4, all other relevant bank documents. Request for subpoena duces tecum to the Anti-Money Laundering Council, to Honorable Eli M. Remolona Jr., Chairman, AMLC, to Attorney Ronel U. Benaventura, Executive Director, AMLC, requiring him or her or his or her authorized representative to submit to the clerk of the impeachment court on or before 24 June 2026 at 9 a.m. original or certified true copies of the following: number 1, all reports of covered transactions and suspicious transactions filed by banks and all other financial institutions and covered persons required to submit covert transaction reports and suspicious transaction reports to the AMLC involving Sara Duterte Carpio and or Manasseh R. Carpio covering the period of 2006 to 2025. Number 2, any and all investigation reports or related reports or documents prepared by the AMLC reported covert transactions or suspicious transactions. Number 3, electronic copies including Microsoft Excel files, database extracts, or machine-readable formats of AMLC, CTRs, and STRs for the period 2007 to 2025 involving Sara Duterte Carpio and or Manasseh R. Carpio. Respectfully submitted, Quezon City for Pasay City, June 18, 2026.
Your Honor, may I comment?
If Your Honor, please, before the defense makes a comment, just to obviate the proceedings and to facilitate the hearing today, if I may.
The chair has not recognized anyone yet.
May I be recognized, Your Honor?
Yes, the counsel for prosecutor.
If Your Honor, please. The subpoena request that was just read by the clerk of court pertains to a request that the prosecution filed in early June, which had where we had requested that the documents specified be brought to the Honorable Court on June 24. Since that date has passed and no subpoena has been issued, we had refiled just this afternoon a subpoena reiterating the same requests, and in the interest of justice and to allow the defense to comment or if they want object to the request that we filed this afternoon. Perhaps if I may suggest, if Your Honor, please, that we provide the copy to the defense, give them a period of time to submit their opposition or objection, and as well the same period of time to the prosecution to reply before the Honorable Court rules on this
Counsel,
request.
Is the motion for subpoena ducis tecum and or ad testificandum that you filed today exactly the same as what you filed before?
No, Your Honor. It contains the same documents that we had requested earlier, but there were some additional documents that were also mentioned in the request we filed this afternoon.
So you asked for additional documents and
Yes, Your
information.
Honor.
What does counsel for respondent say?
Your Honor, before I give my comment on the request for subpoena, I thank the good counsel for offering to provide us a copy of the request for subpoena, but we would also ask that we be provided with the June 2026 copies of the request for subpoena as well as the new one that the counsel mentioned today. But just for the record, it would seem to me that the request for subpoena covers documents involving years from 2006 up to 2025. And again, just for the record, this would seem to violate the Duterte versus HOR ruling, which very clearly states that the impeachment must be only for those acts or omissions within the impeachable years and terms and office of the official. But nonetheless, Your Honor, just so we're able to fully ventilate whatever objections or comments that we may have on this request, and considering that for today and in the disclosure made by the prosecution, they will begin with Article 4 and all these documents seem to pertain to Article 2, then we will ask for 10 days to file our comment on this request for subpoena, Your Honor. From today, Your
Chair
Honor.
hereby directs that all motions for the issuance of subpoena ad testificandum, subpoena ducis tecum filed by either parties be furnished to opposing party and or counsel before filing it before this court in order to provide full disclosure and fairness. But instead of 5 days, counsel, Chair is giving both parties 5 days to submit their respective memoranda and or position insofar as it is concerned. We will afford the parties time to argue their position before the court so that the senator judges can hear your position in addition to your extended written memoranda insofar as this crucial issue of issuance of a subpoena ducis tecum ad testificandum on certain bank records and AMLC records, which the chair will schedule, giving ample notice to the parties in due time. Is that okay with both sides?
Just for clarity, Your Honor.
Yes, counsel for respondent.
May I ask that the period, if the period for the parties to submit or the respondent to submit its comment, her comment on the request for subpoena would be 5 days from today, Your Honor?
From today, but you can submit it on Monday since it lands on a Saturday.
Second, Your Honor, the presiding officer mentioned that we also must submit a memorandum or position paper on this, Your Honor.
If you so desire, or you simply can argue it in open court,
Okay,
but you
Your
may want to submit an extended written memorandum on the matter for the easy reading of the senator judges pertaining to this issue.
Last.
Insofar as the BIR box is concerned.
Ayan, no, natapos na, no? So, ayan. Sina Luis Tru at dilema. Talagang malulungkot sila dito sa pagsauli ng BIR box na ito, na hindi ito gagamitin at hindi ito tinatanggap bilang ebidensya dito sa impeachment trial ni VP Sara. Ayan, di ba? At sana naman ay itong si Senator Marcoleta, Senator Jinggoy ay makapag-participate dito sa impeachment trial, at yan po ang ating aabangan. Okay? Sa mga nanonood dito ngayon sa Donmar TV, narinig ninyo ang ibang sa konting bahagi ng impeachment trial. Ano pong reaction ninyo? Yung opinion ninyo? Mahalaga yan na masulat ninyo sa comment section para mabasa natin. Okay? At sa mga hindi pa nakasubscribe dito sa Donmar TV, subscribe na po kayo. Don't forget to like and share. Okay? See you in my next video. Have a great day. Have a great night. God bless po sa ating lahat. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas and God save the Philippines.